Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mzansi Mom. If you are thinking of having a C-section, or maybe just in case you have an emergency C-section, this is what my recovery was like, just to give you an idea. If this is a video that you think you are interested in, please hit that like button and share, guys. But most importantly, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you guys can know whenever I upload. Is exactly a month today. So basically I had my surgery a month ago, so I'm going to give you guys a few tips. Okay, now in terms of the pain is not as bad as people make it out to be. That was the biggest thing that I was really worried about, that I was really scared about. And can I tell you, guys, no, C-section is painful, but it's not that painful. So if you are worried about the pain, please don't be. And I'm not saying that it's not painful. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that the pain is maybe like a 6 or maybe a 7, right? So it's not like this unbearable thing. Tip number 1, take the pain meds and don't wait for your pain to come back. So when you come out of surgery, I don't know, depending on which hospital you'll be in, I was given a morphine drip, and I could click the button every time I felt like the pain was getting stronger, right? So obviously you numbed, you're gonna come out of surgery, you're gonna be numb, so you're not gonna feel anything. But as time goes, the anesthetics will wear off. So make sure that you don't wait for them to wear off before you keep pressing your pain thing, right? I'm sure at hospital they'll tell you, they'll give you meds every however many hours, whatever. But that's my first tip in terms of pain. Don't wait for the pain to come. Okay, tip number 2, you need to have stool softeners, right? So so one of the things that creates discomfort, not necessarily pain, is that you're going to have a lot of gas, guys. When I say a lot of gas, I don't know if it's the up and what they do in there, but literally it's just air in there, right? And that can cause quite a lot of discomfort, and that can cause like pain everywhere. So you're going to need stool softeners. Even when you get home, take stool softeners. Also, they've cut through your muscles, so you're trying to do number 2, it'll habitat, right? It's going to be rough, so make sure that you take stool softeners. Tip number 3, this is actually the most important. Walk as soon as possible. I know you come out of surgery and you're just like, you feel like you're scared to walk, you feel like you're scared to do stuff. I had my surgery, maybe, I think she was born around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And by 9 o'clock, they said to me, get out of bed, you're going to have your shower. So the same day, 9 hours later, I was walking. And guys, as much as it literally felt like my stomach was doing this, that was very painful. I'm not even gonna lie. Getting out of bed and getting back into bed was the painful part. Walking, going to the bath, but I do think it's more of a mental thing. But yeah, that first walk, oh okay, sorry guys. So yeah, tip number 3, I definitely say walk as soon as possible. It's gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be painful, but do it. Even if it means only 10 steps and 10 steps back to your bed. Walk as soon as possible. I really think it helps in terms of the healing, and it helps in terms of the pain. Another thing in terms of the pain, when you breastfeed, and this is something that most people might not know, when you breastfeed, your womb is contracting. That is also painful. That also adds to the pain, so just bear that in mind. There's not much you can do. They give you suppositories, which are painkillers that go up your bum, and they also work wonders. But just so you know that when you breastfeed, your womb will be contracting and you'll probably also be in pain. Okay, and then yeah, so that's not really a tip, just be aware that that's what's going to happen. And guys, tip number 5, please buy granny panties. Okay, when I mean granny panties, kibulela full bahas. I don't know what full bahas is. Yeah, it is granny panty. It must sit by your waist, guys. All of my panties were those bikini line ones, and they would cut. It felt like they would cut into my actual scar, right? So my scar is actually quite low. It's literally bikini line. So how when your panty is not high enough, it literally disturbs that area and it cuts into it. So tip number 5, please, this is no time to look pretty. If you can, buy those high-waisted panties. Buy a larger size than you also would, because you don't want it to be tight, but you don't want it to be too loose as well. But I wish I had bought granny panties, because I suffered. Like, there were days where I felt like actually I can't even wear underwear, because that line was so, my scar was quite sensitive. And once you wear something more for nakotelele, it just rubs, it just feels very, yeah, it adds to the pain. So yeah, that's tip number 5. Okay, now we're getting into the bleeding. So I thought that you only bleed down there once you've had a natural birth, but actually once you've had a C-section, you also bleed down there, right? And you're going to bleed a lot. So buy pads, you know, those thick pillows. If you saw my bag to the hospitals, you need those pillows, guys. You need those pillows, the pads that look like pillows, because a lot of blood comes out. If you're a guy, I would suggest that you fast forward this part, because it might be TMI, but just so that you know what to expect. Maybe the first 2 days, it's going to be heavy blood, but you also will get clots. Okay, so clots are going to be thick and lumpy, which is why you need something that can take on quite a lot. You bleed, I said, you're going to bleed for quite a while. For the first 2 weeks, you might be bleeding. 3rd week, it's going to be as if it's just a normal period. 4th week, it's like, you know, at the end of your period where it's like the brown kind of blood, the old blood. So that's what you need to expect. You don't have to wear those big pillow pads for the whole time. I think I wore them for like a week, and then I wore normal always pads. But yeah, just so that you know what to expect, there will be quite a lot of bleeding. Now we're going to get to the part about taking care and looking after your scar, so that you don't get an infection, right? Because that can happen. It can get pus and all of that, so you really need to take good care of it. First tip that the doctors are going to tell you is that you need to shower, right? So now when you go into the shower, for me, when I came out, they put a plaster which was waterproof. So imagine, yeah, a plaster, big white plaster that was waterproof, so I could shower with it. And sorry if you hear background, it's Achi, and David is in the kitchen, but Achi is also around. Yeah, guys, these videos are not going to be silent anymore. So yeah, so you go into shower, you're not allowed to take a bath, because the incision or the scar needs to stay as dry as possible. Tip number 2, make sure that you have a mirror, because your stomach is still quite big. It's also quite fragile for you to bend over. So get a mirror so that you can see what your scar looks like from the day that you get out of hospital, so that you can keep track if anything changes, right? So you're going to be looking at that mirror when you clean your scar. I'm not going to give you guys, because every doctor is different. So every doctor is different, so your doctor will tell you how you need to clean it specifically. I'm just giving you tips, like, you know what I mean, like you need to get a mirror so that it's going to be helpful for you to look down there when you get out of bed and when you get in. I know temptation is like you wake up and you do this. Oh my soul, that contributed to my scar being in pain, and I feel like I wasn't looking after it. So when you get out of bed, you almost need to push yourselves with your arms and get out of bed. So keep that in mind, in terms of your scar and looking after it. Obviously, I don't think your scar will rupture, but just keep that in mind, because that was also another fear of mine. So it'd be very fragile. Tip number 4, I would say take it easy. And by take it easy, I don't mean that you're going to stay in bed the whole time, because that actually will do more harm than any good. So I would say if every hour you can walk, do that. But when they say take it easy, they mean take it easy. Nane give hapa. So Achi's birthday is 5 days after hers, right? On the 27th of Jan. And you know, I took her. She was on me hey, because I like things. I was that person walking. Hey, excited to be at the house. Now, keep in mind, this is 5 days after a big surgery. And I got back that day, guys. And I swear it felt like maybe the second day that I'd had the up where it was so painful. Like it was so. And I was just like, what did I do? So keep that in mind. Take it easy. Mare, Oscar Motor that's just gonna lie in bed because then you'll see flames. And I know what you're gonna feel the pain. Everything in your mind is gonna want to tell you, I don't want to move, I don't want to do anything. But trust me, if you can, guys, and I'm not talking like taking 30 minutes walk, literally taking 10 steps and taking 10 steps back. That's all I'm saying. You need to take it easy, but make sure that you're not up high. And another tip in terms of taking care of your scar and the pain, guys, if you feel that you are about to cough, you don't realize how many muscles it takes to cough. Make sure, and this is one of the physio ladies came and told me this, take a pillow or cushion or take it and push it on your scar and cough or sneeze. Okay, so you want to put pressure on it and then you cough and you sneeze, because wow, you will feel like your scar is about to rupture. Okay, so remember this tip. If you're going to cough, if you're going to sneeze, grab the closest pillow, apply pressure on it, put it on your tummy and your scar, and then try and cough and try and sneeze. It definitely gets better, but guys, wow. That gets real. And then just one more thing for you to keep in mind, that as your scar heals, it gets kind of itchy, right? So it gets kind of, and not like it won't yaka, it wasn't like the whole thing was itchy, but like there were parts where it gets itchy. So just keep that in mind. Also, one thing that I found out is that if it gets cold, my scar got quite sore, and I don't know what the science behind that was. I just remember one day feeling like my scar was sore out of nowhere, and I'm like, what? And then I realized that I think it was because of the weather, and like night dress, and I wasn't wearing anything warm. So I do think that the cold weather can affect your scars, so just be mindful of that. But yeah, guys, so that is my story. That is how I found my C-section experience. Some helpful tips. Hopefully, if you've had a C-section and you watch this, some of these things can be really helpful. But the pain is really not that bad. The actual C-section itself, it's uncomfortable. I wouldn't do it again. If I had to pick, I'd definitely go natural. Yes, I said it. Mari, there would be another next time. There would be a next time. But yeah, guys, I hope you found these postpartum recovery tips really helpful. But yeah, guys, in the next one. Thank you so much for the love. I love it when you guys write messages and you ask me questions down below. I love interacting and hearing from you guys. So please keep doing that. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Kimahala. Don't be that person. Bye, guys. See you in the next one. Love.